Welcome everybody to Con Culture Podcast. Please give us a sec while we
Are we live?
Jensen and Jared said absolutely, so look out for those follows.
Okay.
Yay!
And Jensen said she knows who we are, all caps, freaking out right now.
No way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He gets tagged in my stuff all the time.
Yeah, they said she's on their For You page. They thought people just tagged you in it, and they didn't know that you knew they existed. So they're very excited to know that.
Of course I do.
They're so. I love this community.
They're like
and
bigger than
everything
me
about it.
than I am. I'm always surprised when people know who I am. When I go on their lives and they're like, "No, I'm like, you know me? What?
You know my existence is a thing. Yeah.
But I think it's because you're so versatile. Like, you do so many different cosplays. So, like, you have your toes in, like, every like, little niche that there is.
Agreed.
Yeah,
in the
I
cosplay
try
TikTok
everything
community.
except for anime, which people might kill me for. But yeah, that's anything that else. But it's all mostly like, you know, the mainstream stuff like Disney and
Yeah.
you know.
Right. But you're so good at that. You're so good.
Yeah, you're nailing the
Thank you.
mainstream. Don't worry about the anime stuff. When you let it come to you organically. My kids got me into anime.
It's for
And
weeps.
I got sucked in.
I know I'll get sucked in it soon, and I know I'll absolutely love it, and I'll be obsessed.
Yeah, once
I
you
just-
find
I'm
your
like-
The weeb
show.
life chooses you. You don't
Yeah.
choose the weeb life.
Yes. Yes.
I have to finish Supernatural first. I'm on season 11.
Yes. That's way more important. Do that. Do that. Even though they're making us wait
Yeah.
for the season finale, the series finale. I don't
But
know
that's
why.
okay. I'm okay with that. 'cause
I don't
I'm
want it
still
to
on
end
season
either. I never want it to finish. I want Jensen and Jared for life.
I know, me too. That's how I feel. That's why I'm going really slowly because I'm like, I don't want it to end. I
Yeah.
love them so much.
Yeah, the worst feeling is when you catch up. It's a pit in your stomach, and you know, like you got no more episodes.
It's gonna
and you have
end
to
soon.
You have to wait like the
The
rest of the
feels are
people.
coming.
That's when you just watch it all over again.
Yeah.
But is it Wayward Son like your favorite anthem of all time now for anything? Like when that song comes on now, you experience it differently than you ever had before you saw the show, don't you? You hear that
do.
anthem, and it's like, so many memories. It's like you get flashbacks yourself. Just like, I love that they do every season finale like that, and you hear that song kick on, and you're like, nobody misses it. It's all still there, and it'll be there. So, delete that. Just making sure it's going live now. We are live again. There we are. No Ordinary Makeup Mom on the podcast. Here we are. We did it. Like I said, you can always expect top tier professionalism from this crew. We have all our ducks in a row. Everything's together. Let's see.
You got
Oh.
ducks? I got no ducks. and
You
no
didn't get
rope.
the ducks? Amazon primed you the ducks, Trey. The fact that you didn't get
make
it is frightening. I wonder where they are.
Make it.
They're not. They're dead now. They're done.
Well, I can't share it.
Oh,
This
no.
is so
We got comments
embarrassing.
coming in from YouTube's, I think. I gotta
Really?
open up the chat. The great thing is you can see the chat on the screen, so people can actually see their comments as they comment on the podcast.
Alright.
So
Oh,
if
I
you go to
see it.
any of
Okay.
those, you see a bunch of smiley
Probably little.
faces already, and
Oh my
People
gosh,
are
I
in.
can't. This is just embarrassing. I can't do anything with these gloves on.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
It's so frustrating. I'm about to just not even share it. Like,
You're
I'm
fired,
so-
Gigi. You are so fired. Oh,
Spider-Man
look,
can do it.
Trey messaged me on the low. Thank you, Trey, for trying to save our. I didn't see your message, but Kenya on Twitch says hi, Tatiana.
Hi, Kenya. I love you.
All right, Dorito. Dorito on YouTube says we got a lot of lag. We're working on that, Dorito. I'm trying to fix the lag.
I see the lag going on too.
Yeah.
It's a lag kind of day, Dorito.
Is it a laggy day?
Yeah. It's
Laggy
Wednesday.
day.
I hope it's not a laggy day.
okay,
laggy
I can't
day.
share it. I'm trying. I'm so
No,
bad.
you just didn't do a good job of it, and we're just
Maybe
gonna have to accept
maybe
that.
I can do it from my computer.
Hey guys, look, I got a lab coat on. I'm Dr. Banner. I never cosplay. I never do, but finally the opportunity presented itself. I got a Black Widow on the show, so I was like, I can finally use my lab coat and be Banner. So
That's right.
Sun's getting real low.
That's right. It's getting real low.
I'm mid transformation. That's what my son said. I was like, does that mean I'm too big to be regular Dr. Banner? Is that what you're saying, son?
It's like you were almost done transforming and you stopped. Like Black Widow just walked away. It was like, okay, you're good.
Tom Durr says he loves your hair, Brittany. Your hair is great hair. With the Deadpool mask. All right, so...
Deadpool.
Oh, I need to lower the volume on my phone so I don't hear all the feedback. But we're here. Oh, Victoria, thank you. She's a huge fan of the podcast. Victoria Granado. Victoria,
Aww.
I'm a huge fan of you now. I'm just going to say it. We're a huge fan of you right back, Victoria. So let's see. Belinda, I tried to spray paint him green, but he didn't let me. Oh, God.
Wow.
My son
Wait a
suggested
minute, Juan.
that she use the glow-in-the-dark paint on me, on my face. She's like, just close your eyes, Dad. And she's like, I'm down. And I'm like, I'm not down with you spraying toxic paint
don't
on my
want
face.
that.
I don't want that.
Yeah, how long is that gonna last?
I've done the glow in the dark paint on my face, and it was totally fine. It was totally
Was it?
fun. It was non-toxic. Yeah, we did it. And
All I
Brittany.
can hear is Brittany's
face.
laughter.
Ah!
I don't know if mine is non-toxic, and my wife has a history of mixing chemicals that you shouldn't mix.
Oh, God.
So, no.
She burned my face off. Chemical
Yeah,
burn.
I'm gonna get like no eyebrows when y'all see me. My banner would have no eyebrows. So, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Dorito, I hope the lag improves. I'm trying to fix it as we go, but the show must go on. Facebook has no lag if you want to go where the old people are. If not, we can try Twitch, Dorito.
Boomer book.
Yeah. Dorito is actually the guest we were talking about before. Hello, everyone, says Floridian Guy. Floridian Gypsy on Twitch says, hello, everyone. Floridian Gypsy.
Oh,
You say
hello.
hi,
back.
Floridian. Hi. She changed her name on TikTok.
All right. Dorito says that the lag on YouTube is good now. So we're good to go.
oh yay!
Welcome, No Ordinary Makeup Mom. That's
Thank
a
you for
mouthful.
having me.
Get out of here. You are so awesome. I admittedly, folks, did not know a lot about her. I still don't. I want to get to know her
Sleeping on
because her Instagram page, if you haven't seen it, go now. Like, the fact that you're not there now kind of insults me. You need to go to her page,
It insults me.
follow her
too.
on Instagram, because I felt
Stop
stupid for not
sleeping
knowing
on
who she was. I'm going to say it. I felt
Well,
stupid.
a lot of I have to be honest. A lot of my stuff now, I'm like obsessed with TikTok, so a lot of it's over there. So I'm not posting as much on Instagram anymore, which is
Same.
probably why.
Same.
Yeah. Well, you go on TikTok and it's kind of like a whole different like world. It's much faster.
Feel
It's
the
much
love.
more entertaining. There's
Yeah.
like lights in your face all the time,
Yeah.
and then you go to Instagram and you're like, wah, wah.
Yes. That's
No offense to Instagram, but
this
you
is
know,
boring me.
Yeah.
TikTok, all the love. Instagram, we'll think about it.
but it kind of gets like that. So, but I'm really trying to keep up with Instagram. At least posting once a day. One picture a day.
Yeah. No, I gave up. We gave up. The podcast, we post our episodes and that's about it. I try to be like breaking news, here you go. But like you said, TikTok is just so much more fun. It's fun to engage with. It's fun to watch. It's fun to shoot videos for. So
It's perfect for my ADD brain.
yes.
Or I
think
guess my
that's-
ADHD, because I don't think ADD is a thing anymore.
I think
It was
that's-
ADD when I was
No,
No,
diagnosed.
it's still a thing
No.
because my child was diagnosed with it.
There
So
you
it's
go.
a
Well,
thing.
then it's back. It's a thing again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's perfect for my ADD brain.
He got it from his dad. His dad has all of it. I have all the attention problems in the world. As you see every week on this podcast, we can never stay on track, and we love that. We don't put a lot of pressure on ourselves, guys. This is we're basically a nerd roundtable. We do what we always do, except there's a camera and a microphone. We always just talk nerd movies, talk cosplay, the stuff we normally do, but this allows the whole community to get in on it. So, like I said, if you're not following No Ordinary Makeup Mom, you need to be. Instagram, TikTok, everywhere she is, because it's phenomenal. So let's find out how
Stop
that
sleeping on her.
phenomenalism started. My question is, how did you get into cosplaying and makeup? The level of detail that you put in, by the way, is just insane.
Thank you. Well, I'm a cosmetologist by trade. So
Hey.
I do mostly hair. I don't really work with makeup much. But I've always loved makeup since I can remember. You know, my mom loved makeup, and so I watched her, and it was kind of like, you know, I had to do makeup because of her. So but I didn't start doing character makeup until I guess like 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember. I was doing makeup looks for Halloween, and I got addicted to it, and I was like, I couldn't stop after that. And then I did get into cosplay before that, but it was more because I was doing Princess Party entertainment stuff, but it wasn't really like character makeup, you know what I mean? Like, I think princess makeup is more beauty makeup, but like character makeup, you know, where you're using prosthetics and stuff, you know, where you're changing your face to look like someone else. That didn't start until like a couple years ago, and I just was addicted and I couldn't stop. So that's why I'm here now. And then TikTok started, and it included the acting, and I was just like, this is heaven. Because I always wanted to be an actress when I was young too. It didn't work out, but now I can combine.
Hey, no, you were acting on TikTok.
Yes,
you're an actress.
You are still
you
an
get
actress.
in front of a camera. You got your cues that you have to hit. You got your blocking. That's acting.
Yep.
You're an actress.
And Jennings made that point that it is acting. It's no different than getting in front of a camera and doing it for an audition or creating a reel. Like, you're there, like she said, you're hitting your marks, and it is acting. It's fun. It's a lot more fun and laid back and casual, but it is acting. So you have become amazing at it, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry for sleeping on it.
I'm obsessed. I mean, if you ask my husband, maybe too obsessed. So, but yeah.
Obsessed is the only way to achieve anything great, though. There's no greatness without obsession. It's just
I'm the kind of person that is just that way in general. If I start reading a book series or a movie series or whatever, like Greatest Showman came out, and I literally watched that movie in the movie theater like 10 times. I spent so much money on watching that movie because I got obsessed. So I'm that way. Anytime I get obsessed with anything, I just put my whole self in it, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but
I am the same way. Addictive personality is what I call it, and I got it from my dad. When I do find something I like, I cling to it, and that's how this podcast started. It was literally an idea that became an obsession, and I'm obsessed with these three individuals who are my co-hosts, and I stalked them until they became my friends. And because they're all just like you, they're hugely talented individuals who I was like, I'm gonna make them my friends. But you're getting a lot of followers. Brandon's following you now. My wife Belinda just followed you on TikTok.
Yay!
So the follows are coming in. People are definitely liking your stuff as they see it. So now
awesome.
We got how you got into it and how you like. Now we'll get into some of the details of the difficulty of it. What was the most difficult, time-consuming transformation you had to do?
I took my question.
Vision.
I'm sorry, Trey.
Vision was the most intense makeup I've done. I didn't have any of his costume or anything, so I had to paint everything on. I had to use whatever I had at home. Like I just so happened to have gold cardboard paper. I don't know why. I think because I was making. Oh, this is why I bought it to make my mirror thing.
Nice.
So I had leftover of it. So I was like, oh, I'll use that for like some of the gold, that he has on his, chest. And so I kind of combined paint with that and, with other things. And and I also had silver paper too. I'm like, I don't even know where I got that either. I swear to you, the way things worked out is insane. Like the one day I was just like, and I'm very impulsive with my cosplays or my makeups. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this tonight. So I look all over my house to make sure I have everything to do this one look. If I don't have it, obviously I don't do it, but I'm very impulsive. So if that day I think of a look I want to do, I get it done. So like, for example, with Mary Poppins, I had a hat. I don't know how I had the hat, but I had a hat that looked like hers. This is why I go thrift store shopping and yard sale shopping, because I get a bunch of stuff. So if I need something, I have it. And then I had a decoration in my living room that had these little like red and pink like ball decorations that went perfect with her hat. And then I had these flowers somewhere in my, on my craft stuff that looked exactly like it. And I was able to do her hat that day. And all I needed was like, a white button-down shirt and then a black coat and a pink little bow with a daughter hat. And it was done. And Mary Poppins has been a favorite of a lot of, my audience ever since. So it's just crazy how it works.
That's so cool.
All because of a hat.
All because of a hat.
That is the most Gigi story I've ever heard. Gigi's very impulsive like that, and we
Got
love
this
that
hat.
about
I
her.
got a cosplay.
I literally bought a cosplay today. I'm like, my husband and I are trying to like save up money to move into a different house, and I was like, screw it, I'm buying this cosplay.
Treat yourself. You're like it's just a hybrid of Gigi and Brittany's energy, because Brittany's the type that like she can build anything. She's like the MacGyver of cosplay. She can build like anything out of anything. She built
those
Wonder
tweezers
Woman
and that
overnight.
paperclip.
Yeah.
It's probably because I'm also a cosmetologist.
Yeah, I think that
It's just
lends
it's
y'all
a crafty nature.
Yeah, I very much think so. Gigi, what is your question for No Ordinary
I had
Makeup
it
Mom?
and I forgot it.
Brittany, do you have yours ready? Because Gigi, again, not coming in clutch. It's the glove.
Absolutely. If money wasn't an issue or travel or whatever, if you could cosplay anything with anyone, what would you do?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
I would do the rescue suit.
Yes. That's a dream. That's my dream cosplay.
Yes, I would love to. I don't think I have the body frame for her though, but it's a dream. That would be a dream for me to do. And I did look into it. And it's like literally thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So
I looked into it.
and I don't build cosplay. I'm good at makeup, but building cosplay, I'm not. So I would have to pay for that suit. But if I had unlimited, yeah, I'd do that. And obviously with, any type of Tony Stark cosplayer. I love NY Tony Stark because we've done a couple things together. We met a few times. So I would love to do it with him.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome. What about you, Trey? What question do you have?
All right. What TikTok did you spend the most time on?
Oh my
That's a good
gosh.
question.
Let me look at my I don't know. That's did I spend the most time filming or most time like putting together as
Either or.
makeup?
Either or.
Either or.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking at my TikToks.
I know off the top of our head what ours was. It was an hour-long video that we shot that got maybe 1,000 views.
That video flopped.
You should take it down and repost.
Nah, I'll just repost it. I don't think I need to take it down. I'll just repost it. I love the flops. I love the flops as much as I love the successes.
When you repost it, you should put it to where it's like the reaction part where the original video is like playing in the corner in like a little box so people can see how accurate it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that would be really cool.
Because I don't think it got enough credit
because I
For
don't
the
think people
level
knew
of
what it
detail
was.
that we went frame by frame matching the movie. Yeah, I agree. We
Same
literally
angle.
went frame by
I think
frame.
it's
My
'cause,
wife
like,
was
we
kind
weren't in the
enough to
car.
put up with us. And it was.
I think it's because we weren't in the car.
gosh.
If we were in the car, it would have just.
So are we gonna do it again, Trey?
That's what I'm
I'm
hearing.
down. I'm down to do
I'm
it
hearing.
again.
I loved my solo.
This
love
one
mine.
took a long time. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's I do a lot
The
of
red
Marvel,
skull?
obviously.
Is that a time lapse?
The Red Skull.
It's a time lapse, so it's really quick.
Oh, that's so badass.
It's Red Skull.
Wow.
It didn't take a long time to film the TikToks, but it did take a long time to put together. Because I work with clay,
Mhm.
a sculpting clay, which is not normal makeup that you would use.
Right.
I use unconventional makeup to do everything because I pinch pennies, like I've said, and I make it work with sculpting clay.
It works.
And so that's kind of like what I do. But the TikToks weren't that long, but doing the makeup took a little bit. But
Have you ever tried foam clay? It's a newer release in Michaels, but it's like airsoft clay, so it's super super light and
I
it
actually
dries.
have
It dries
some
and it
right
feels like
here.
foam. It's like
well,
lightweight like foam.
I've used the Mono Magic. Is that what you're talking about? Something like that?
No, this one is actually Evil Ted's cosplay
no.
line that was released in
have
Michaels
some
like
right
right
here.
before
Hold
the
on.
pandemic started.
Oh, okay. I'll have
Where's
to try
Gigi?
that because
Where did Gigi go?
Just grab.
Oh, she's grabbing
grabbing
clay.
hers.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that
it
Play-Doh
literally
stuff.
feels like airy Play-Doh, but like Brittany said, it hardens after, I think, what'd you say, 24 hours, Britt? To
I
whatever
think it's
shape
like
that you
7
form
hours
it to.
too. Mine.
The thing what I need most is that it blends well. That's why I use sculpting clay because it stays moist. I can't have it harden or else it'll start cracking.
Oh yeah.
So if I need sculpting clay that will stay moist and not harden, which most of the time it does, so that I can blend it into my skin so that there's no cracks, unless I need something with cracks. You know what I mean? But but for the most part, like I do want to start using professional grade makeup. I want to learn how to do what everybody else is doing that I see, all the professional makeup artists that I watch. But what I do works and it saves money for now. With your
Yeah, for
kids,
sure.
you have to do it. You do with what you have. So.
Yeah,
What do you
definitely.
use whenever you're doing all of your like contouring and highlighting? Like what kind of makeup are you using for that?
That I'm using right
Oh, you
now.
got all your stuff like
Yeah.
ready. I love it.
This is my area. This is my. I have everything here. I'm using the Anastasia
Studio.
palette right now, but something that is cheaper that you could use is Coastal Scents. They have really good contour and highlight palettes that are really cheap that work really well, just as well as in my opinion. This I got from a friend, so I didn't spend any money on that either.
Nice.
Have you
That's so
seen
awesome.
those TikToks where girls are, or I guess people who contour? Because I've seen a few males that do it, but they've been taking like the tanning foam
Mhm.
and like patting it in like where they normally would contour, and then they sleep in it. They put like a really fine line, and then
And
they
it
sleep in it.
stains their skin.
Yeah, and it's like perfect. Like they contour their nose and cheek. Like they literally how they contour. And I'm like, that's pretty
I
smart.
haven't seen that.
I feel like I would
Like-
do that, and then I would wake up with brown all over my
Yeah.
pillow.
It
Oh,
would
no,
look like I
there's-
slept
there's-
on my hand. You know that mark you get on your face when you sleep on your hand and then you wake
I
up?
get all
with-
those
Or I guess you
policemen's-
could do it in the morning and then wear it all day and then wash it off at night.
Yeah.
I'd forget I'd
But-
wipe my face, and
but
I had it all
isn't-
in my hand.
I've seen some really, really good videos where they do it and they wash it and they're like, oh my gosh, like it looks really good. And then I've seen some where you're like, oh, and even they're like, oh.
The problem with that with me is I still want to look pretty for my husband at night. So when I take
Nice.
off my makeup after, doing all this stuff, I don't want to go to bed looking like, craziness. So I take everything off.
Well, I don't think you can look
mean, he sees what I-
unpretty, so you'll be fine. I don't think there's a way for you to look unpretty. So you're good. Don't touch your face,
Thanks.
Trey.
I
That's
thought
a
it-
tip from Dorito. He said, "Don't touch your face."
Oops.
I thought
I
of
love
my
it.
question. So what made you choose to, because you went to cosmetology school, you're a licensed cosmetologist, which is so cool, like Brittany. What made you want to like try out like the makeup with the clay, or is that something you've always tried before, or was there something that you were like, I want to do this, like I want to try it out, if that makes any
No, it's not anything that I've done before. Like I said, when I first started, I didn't do any of that special effects stuff. It was only like contouring and highlighting, because that's all I had at the time. But then I was like, when I when I started to push myself to do the characters that I really loved, and there was no other way to do it but to use some type of prosthetic, you know, whether it's unconventional or not. I went to Five Below, to be honest with you. And I'm like, let me see if they have something in their art section. And they had that clay, the sculpting clay, and it worked great, especially for Maleficent, because I wanted to do her cheeks. And
Yeah.
that was the first time I used clay, was for her cheeks, and it blended in pretty well. And I put concealer and makeup over it, and it worked. So I was like, well, if it works, then, you know, then I'm going to keep going with this. But that was kind of how it started, when I started to push myself to do different characters that I knew was going to require more than just, you know, contouring and highlighting. So.
Wow.
Dang.
That's so cool.
That is cool. We have a comment from YouTube. She's gorgeous. I saw her in person many times, and she's breathtaking. They're speaking of you. That's Wonder Woman on YouTube. And Dorito, 9:30 in the morning where you're at, my dude. He's from all around the other side of the world, chiming in. Yeah. Normally when we have TikTok guests, we get a nice a chime in from Dorito. That's pretty cool, though, the reach. I guess that's another question. Are you ever surprised by the reach that you can achieve on TikTok just making these videos in your house? Are you ever surprised by, like, how far they go or how many views you get? Does that ever, like, blow your mind?
Oh, yeah. When I first started, I was like, what? I would never get these numbers on Instagram or Facebook. My Facebook's dead, but on Instagram, I would never get these numbers. So that's, I think, the thing that TikTok does on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
They have you get a viral video, and then once you get that viral video,
You're
it's
done.
just like, you're done. You're addicted.
Yeah.
So yeah, but even the follower count, you know, people follow like that, and it's crazy. The way that it's so much faster. That's why I said before, it's so much faster than Instagram.
Yeah.
So I think that satisfaction coming from, you know, TikTok is why I've lost a little bit more interest in you know, with Instagram. But
Yeah.
I think it's incredible. But at the same time, not all of the people who follow you will see your stuff.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
another thing.
And that's just
so-
the nature of the algorithm, I think, because
Right.
it is a new platform. They are trying to grow it. There's more eyeballs than there is content creators. So you're going to get a lot of views, but not everybody's going to see your stuff. I think the cool thing about it, like you said, though, is that you get way more than you do on any other social media platform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. And you know, I really don't know how TikTok works or any kind of algorithm works on any type of social media platform. Some people like rise up to the top like that, and some people really have to work for
Yeah,
their
they have
stuff.
to grind.
Yeah,
to
and it
get
has
You know,
nothing
and
to do with their content. It's all
Right.
It's all end viewer based. All social media algorithms are never for the content creator. They're not, and that's not a bad thing. It's for the people who are viewing it. It's to get eyeballs to watch the platform longer. That's it. That's the end goal, so they could sell ads and make money on it. So if I think what Gigi did well and what you did well, you did yourself. You did you. And that resonated and it hit with people. And I think anytime you do yourself and you do you, if you blow up, then you blew up for the right reason. And you have more of a longevity than people that are chasing the trend, like, shit, this is the new dance, I got to do this. Or because then you fall into this vicious cycle of feeling pressured into doing every new trend or every new duet. I think what you did was awesome.
You're exactly on point, because especially even with makeup, everybody's doing the trends where the transitions and they put one eyelash on and then the other eyelash on and then this and this to the music.
Yeah.
I'm not that way. I will never be that way because it's not me, you know, and people have told me, well, you're going to get more views if you do it this way. I'm like, I don't care. That's not my thing.
That's not why I do it. Yeah.
You know, like,
and my
I'm
wife,
not going to do these transitions that are going to take me a million years because it looks cool and it goes to the music. And I'm like, no, I could just film, you know, I'll edit it to do the fast, like I showed you with, you know, Red Skull. But I'll put music behind it and that's it. I mean, like, it's to the point. It's what I do. It's what I love. If you don't like the art because I'm not doing and this to it, then I'm sorry.
Then,
I love that you were mocking it, but you nailed the dance either way. That was fucking dope. My wife wants to know, how did you feel when you did get your first viral TikTok, and what type of video was it?
My first viral. Oh, okay. So my first viral TikTok. There was a lot there. When I first started, I did a lot of Twilight stuff. Because there were more likes with that, but they didn't go viral, but there were more likes with it. But my first viral video was 11. And from, Stranger Things. Yeah. And it kind of got mixed reviews, but it still went viral because I got some of her features really, really close, but I look like an older version of her because I'm obviously older. Yeah. But people really loved it. Like, I got so many comments from people that I didn't even know were like TikTok famous at the time because I just started, and then I look back at the comments now and I'm like, oh my God, that person commented.
All the cool kids came to my table and they were like, nice.
And I had no clue and I was just like, hey, thanks,
Thanks.
But yeah,
whoever you are.
Thanks, weirdo.
And a lot of my Stranger Things, so I started doing more Stranger Things transformations, and they got a lot of attention, and that's kind of how my page really started to grow. So, yeah,
that was our first viral video.
Got me 11 put me on the map on TikTok.
Yeah, our first viral video was Stranger Things. We had a lot of fun doing those, and then Family Guy. When all four of us did Family Guy ones.
I was like, what Stranger Things are you talking about?
The lesbian reveal, girl. The lesbian reveal. Yeah,
I do a Robin cosplay. Robin's my girl. I love her.
No, it was a lot of fun doing all of those. And then the Family Guy ones, people just eat it up. It feels good when you put something together and you put it out there and people are like, holy shit, that's awesome. You're awesome. It does feel good to get that positive feedback. I think that's what makes TikTok really cool. If you're Trey, you get a lot of simp comments. You're such a simp. Why you simping, bro?
Simping ain't easy.
Simping ain't easy.
That's the new word.
Yeah, it's simp
I
all day.
literally had to Google what that word meant. I was like, simp? Like, what does it even mean?
When I first read it, I was like, simpleton? Are you calling me stupid? Like, what's going on here?
I laughed because neither of them knew what it was, and I was just like, ooh, yeah. Yeah, no. Kids. It means, you're chasing the ladies. You're
thirsty.
Yeah, you're thirsty and you're a pushover and you're putting it on a pedestal. That's what it means. Yeah. So it's chivalrous to me.
Chivalry's dead.
Yeah, chivalry's dead. You're a simp if you're chivalrous. Well, my wife likes
the other thing I noticed though, when you do start getting viral videos and stuff, you also get a lot of hate comments.
Oh, yes. They go hand in hand.
Especially on TikTok, because these little kids grew up, I guess, in this era where you are behind a screen and you can put any type of profile picture and nobody sees your face. And so, you don't get any consequences for saying really mean things. I mean, I've even gotten comments to kill myself, like, because they didn't like my makeup, and it's just like, really?
Yeah.
And I love when you go look at that profile, you're like, you're 5 years old. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I love the videos. I love the videos that you've posted where you're like, I don't think you people understand that I'm a real person, and like your comments hurt.
Right.
And it's like, taking that moment to kind of, break down the wall and be real and vulnerable, and even if that video, if there's 100 of those little jerks that say horrible things, but even if that changes one person's mind, then you did something. And I know you've posted a few videos recently that and even it brought me to tears, where I was just like, it's true. Like these, these kids, a lot of them are kids that are just being jerks and don't realize like your words hurt people. Like, yes, I'm an adult, but it still hurts my feelings.
Yeah. I think Wayne Brady made a video about it on TikTok, and I think he said it best. If you're not with positivity, keep it moving. If you got nothing positive to say, just get out of here. Like, nobody brought you here. You clicked on my face.
These kids nowadays are so used to being behind a screen that they don't know the consequences of talking some smack at school and then everybody coming at you afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, they don't understand that you say something bad about somebody and that's going to come back at you tenfold. They just do it all behind a screen, behind an unknown profile with no consequence. So they don't understand the like their actions and how much effect that it can really have.
Yeah.
But you know what's so funny? You call them out and then they're like, oh, I was just joking. Or like they'll say something like, oh, that was my sister that wrote that. I took my phone. I was like,
I was
no,
just
wasn't.
trolling.
Yeah.
You know you're lying.
What? You can't take a joke? And it's like,
Yeah,
or
that's
that,
why
or you're not my mom.
I put
You know,
zero
that
stock
kind of
into negativity. I put zero stock into it. I thankfully have a good enough idea of who I am that it doesn't penetrate. My skin is so ridiculously thick. You could put me in a room full of people that hate me and I'm going to be just fine.
Well,
And
you
I'm
know,
not-
and TikTok is a good place to gain thick skin because right away you
It's
start getting the hate
true.
comments.
Yes.
And at first it was just like, what is this? Because you don't experience that as much on IG or Facebook.
No.
Well, Facebook
Yeah.
is different, but on IG, like you don't experience that amount of hate, you know, under one post. So, you know, when I did start experience that, I was like, this isn't like crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So, the biggest thing for me is when, you know, when there was a kid who was very popular, you know, like a popular artist on TikTok, made fun of me, cheered me as a duet, you know, and that was right in the beginning of my TikTok career, you know, quote unquote. But that was hard for me because I'm like, this guy like literally is making fun of me. He has millions of followers. Like I can't do anything about it. There's nothing I can do, you know? So that in itself gave me such thick skin.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Well, it also
like,
makes you smile. Like he has all those followers and he's duetting you.
duetting me, my little
like-
tiny account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what was shady was my name was not in the description.
Oh,
He, like literally
jerk.
deleted it. And I'm like, you at least give the people a chance to see my page, you know, so they
Yeah.
can see the rest of my makeup.
You should call. Thanks for the duet.
See, but that's where the algorithm comes in handy because if they watch it on his page, the algorithm knows it was a duet of your video and it will throw you into their feed. So
Yeah, well, I
even
think
if they
it's
delete
deleted now
you,
because the sound was, you know, had the little yellow dot, so it's
Yeah.
deleted
Oh, yeah.
now. So I'm like, thank the Lord.
anytime you're getting hate on a post, you're doing something right. And
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're not, then that's not the case. But
Yeah.
never read the comments because people are so ignorant. Half the time they can misconstrue whatever you've posted. You can make a joke video and they're like over here in left field thinking that that's what you're talking about. And
Agreed.
you're like,
Yeah.
where did you come with this? Like, best to ignore it.
no, I read every single one of them. And if somebody says something mean, I feel so bad for them that I go try to like their page and comment something nice on their page. Because,
Aw.
well, how sad do you got to be to like go around
Their mom took
spewing
their
shit?
PS4 away, okay?
Yeah. Like, no, I remember being an angry teenager. I was an asshole. So I'm like, I was hurting at the time. So I think that's a lot of what's going on is they're just the anonymity. They just want to vent and their own dissatisfaction. So I just go like and be like, hey, man, I hope you had a good day or this video's awesome. If you hate me, I'm going to throw you love. I'm sorry. That's just how I'm wired. It's always been how I'm wired. But everybody's different and there's no right answer on how you respond because some people do get hurt by these mean things. I go and try to find it and like go to their page and just love them on purpose. I kill them with kindness. That's the
Kill 'em
long
with
way of
kindness.
saying it.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, guys, we don't want to keep her here all night, so we'll get on to the topics that we have for this week. So, first thing we have is a buttload of Star Wars news. Disney stock went kaput because they lost 90% of their profit in the first quarter due to the parks being closed. So they're like, release the leaks and news.
Yeah.
So, yes, we have three main stories. We have a brand new Star Wars series coming to Disney Plus. That is confirmed. They are making a brand new series. On top of that, the Mandalorian series is getting a season 3. Haven't seen season 2 yet? Doesn't freaking matter. You're getting a season 3 whether you like it or not. And Taika Waititi is getting his very own Star Wars film. So if you
Cool.
like Jojo Rabbit, if you like Thor Ragnarok, this is going to, and if you like The Mandalorian, because he was involved in that as well. He directed an episode of that as well. I for one couldn't be more excited.
Oh, I didn't know he directed an episode of Mandalorian.
Yeah, he was IG-11. That was Taika Waititi. He directed.
voiced
I think it was
the child.
episode 1. I think it was episode 1 he directed, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like such a bad nerd for not knowing that.
It's
Hey,
all right.
nerd,
You
nerd
didn't know who
bad.
Kyber Crystal cosplay was. It's all right. Don't
Oh
even
my
worry
god,
about it.
you're so
You're Star
so
Wars.
right.
famous.
Star Wars. No, excited for this news. There we go. There we go. We're back. We're back.
Mine isn't frozen.
Whoa,
There you go.
Yay!
whoa.
There it is. Wow, that was. You know what's funny?
Did your fan turn on?
Yeah, no, it's been on, and I'm just gonna buy a new laptop. I'm just going for it. I'm just gonna spend all my money. I don't even need to pay my rent. The hell with it. I'm just getting a new laptop, or a cooling system for it. Maybe. No, I'm gonna buy a new laptop or a new desktop.
Oh,
That'll be
Taika Waititi was in What We Do in the Shadows,
Yes.
the TV show that I told you to watch.
Yes. What We
It's
Do in
so
the
good.
Shadows directed that,
Hunt
and
for the Wilder People.
yes,
I
in
heard
it.
that. I heard that Benedict Wong was also what we
He
did in the shadows as well.
He was.
And you know what
Mark
I found
Hamill.
out
He
the
said
other
my
day
name.
that I did not realize is Benedict Wong also voices one of the characters in the Dark Crystal. He's the commander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was like, I feel so dumb.
no. You know what's funny is right now when we had that technical glitch, and I'm wondering if Facebook is back yet.
I think we
He
lost
directed the
line.
last episode. I'm sorry, Taika Waititi directed the last episode. That's what it was. Brandon Mummy, thank you for informing me of that. But I was talking right now on my little Taika Waititi rant, and it froze, and I stayed talking for about 30 seconds before I realized that nobody was listening and the whole computer was shut down.
You were like, man, these guys are really quiet, tough crowd.
Yeah, no, I saw Gigi's face and it was frozen, but it was moving on my phone, so I was like, maybe my computer's lagging a little bit. But Gigi looked so intrigued. Brittany was in there, and Tatiana was like, okay, and I was like, oh, they're hanging on my every word. Keep going on.
Brittany started dancing to your
They love
lagging.
it. They love it.
I
And then
was
there were
so
silence. You're
cheesy.
like, what? He's a great director and actor. Like, why don't you like him?
That's, no, you know what I found out when I asked, do y'all like Taika? I asked, y'all didn't hear it obviously, but I was like, well, what's y'all's favorite Taika Waititi project?
You
Guys,
don't have one.
Guys.
You don't like him.
is anybody there? And that's when I realized. It wasn't until I literally went to ask a question that I realized I've been talking to myself for 30 seconds.
It
So.
says
We're-
broadcast interrupted.
Does it on
Oh.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew
no.
Oh wait, hold on. Just kidding. Ignore me.
It says the video live has ended on my end.
I think we
Yeah.
have it. There's
It
a
rebooted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
there's a-
refresh it, if you refresh your page, your feed comes back.
Just the
Okay,
reboot.
I'll try and refresh
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah, if you refresh your Facebook page, phone thingy, it
Yeah.
goes back. But yes, that's the Star Wars news. So yeah, he directed the last episode of The Mandalorian, which we all loved. I think it was a great cliffhanger. IG-11 coming back to be the best babysitter on earth. That was a lot of fun. So if you don't have Disney Plus, now's the time to get it. Because on top of Star Wars news, actually, we're getting a new show this month. If you're a Marvel fan and you want some MCU content, the Nick Fury Files are going to be on Disney Plus. So the Nick Fury Files is going to be a mix of MCU content, animated content, but it is going to be tied into the MCU continuity. So it is canon. So I'm excited to see what comes of that project, the Nick Fury Files, it's called. Excited to see where that goes. But that is also on there this month. So Disney has a lot of news because, like I said, their stock is going and the world is burning. So they
Yeah.
needed to
The
give us
murder
something.
hornet.
The what?
The murder hornets.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
my
think it's the
God.
murder hornets that caused this whole thing to happen. They're like,
Don't even start.
I want to know who's coming
I'm never
next
going
with this
outside
Jumanji
ever
game.
again.
I agree with
Like,
Brittany. I
yeah,
think
who didn't
somebody's
finish
playing
the game?
Jumanji and they need to finish the game.
Seriously, we had the
Finish it, man. The
Australia
Tigers come.
fires.
Yes,
we had
Australia
the
fires.
coronavirus. We had the Tiger King release.
World War
We
III,
had the
World War
murder
III.
hornets. The market
Three
crash.
kids in Australia right now
Yeah.
that need to finish the game.
They need to roll a 5 or an 8.
Get
Yes.
it together.
Yeah, a 5 or an 8 will get us out of this predicament, guys. We're
Meme that I've
slacking on
seen.
that.
I think my favorite meme I've seen, Brittany, you shared it, where it's like 2020. It's like, oh, the quarantine is almost done or is lifted, and then it's like but then it showed the wasp like
Murder hornets.
arrest. One of the
That's
wasps
the
like
Dr.
peeking
Evil
around
one.
the tree, like.
The
Oh
Dr.
my
Evil
God,
one had.
yeah.
Ironically,
Oh.
they're playing Jumanji a lot on TV.
Maybe that's why people need to stop pausing it and just play it all the way
Stop playing
through. Or
Jumanji.
I used to get anxiety when I would hear that drum.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Dun, 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 dun. It's like, no, close it.
Yeah,
Oh my
Jumanji
God.
messed me up as a kid. I didn't play board games
Got
for a
sucked
very long
to
time.
the board game. That was terrifying as a child. Just oh.
I love that movie. I thought that like the lion in there too was such good CGI at the time.
Yeah.
You know, because we didn't have stuff like
The
that. then.
lion
I was
and
like,
the
that's
crocodile.
amazing. Yeah, and the crocodile.
And the thing is, like, so I've rewatched all of the Jumanjis as an adult, and even the new Jumanjis are good, in my opinion.
Oh, I love The
I
Rock.
think, like,
I
I
like
like
that
that they stayed true to like the lore of Jumanji, but they didn't try to like play off the old one, if that makes any sense. Like, they made it their own while still staying true to Jumanji. And it was just so good. And it had like all of my murder hornets.
The murder hornets. Ooh.
Brittany,
Oh,
you're
my
gonna give us all a heart
gosh.
attack.
Look at it. It looks so mad.
Oh,
It looks
Did
angry.
you guys ever see Zathura?
Oh,
Yes.
That's
That's a great
movie.
Jumanji.
that was like a version of Jumanji.
Like the sci-fi version.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
I love that one.
Kristen Stewart was in that one.
Before she got all addicted to vampires and everything.
Before she got
Before she
addicted
was
to
like-
vampires.
Glittery chests.
Mm, that's where
I
it's at.
So, oh my God, wait, that reminded me. Stephanie Meyer she released that she's going to have
Come out
a,
with another book.
yeah, what is it called?
Midnight Sun.
Yeah, I'm totally going to read that.
Yeah.
Can you tell my Twilight?
She's gonna have a mummy boyfriend now.
High
Oh.
school me is like, you're reading that, right? Like,
He's an Egyptian prince. His
Yeah.
name is Imhotep.
Imhotep.
Lord.
Yes. All right.
I always wanted to be, there's like a side character that I think Jacob meets like in a parking lot of a movie theater. She's like literally in like 2 paragraphs, if even that, in one of the books. And I was like, when they make this into a live action film, I'm going to play her because it fit my description perfectly. I was like, I'm going to play her. And then she wasn't even in the movie. And I was like, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Was meant to be.
Just got
She's in
written
like
out.
a paragraph.
Written out of it.
Those side characters are always the best, but always never make it. Like, was it Lady Stoneheart from Game
Tom
of Thrones?
Bombadil
Never made it to
Yeah.
the
in
series,
Lord
and
of
that's
the
like
Rings.
my favorite arc.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Lady
I-
Stoneheart,
yeah, I'm
Tom
gonna start
Bombadil are
rereading.
forever on the page.
I'm rereading the Twilight series. I found my old book in my library and I like screamed and my kids were like, "What?" And I was like, "I found Twilight." And they were like, "What is that?" And I was like, "It's a book."
What is
Well,
that?
here's-
Oh my god.
Here's some more news that your younger self will be excited about. Hercules, the animated film, is getting a live action Disney remake. That's right. Disney is in need of good news, damn it. The murder hornets are eating the theme parks and it's all going to shit. So we got confirmation that we got a live action Hercules in the making. No official word on casting though, but the project is
There's only
going.
one casting I care about in that whole thing, and if They don't get my man Danny DeVito. I'm out.
I think the
He
internet is
needs,
spoken.
he needs to be in that movie.
Yes.
I think they would die if they didn't cast Danny DeVito. Like,
Who are they gonna get?
nobody
Like
would go
Sal
see it.
Galifianakis or Josh Gad?
Oh no, I know who they're gonna get, Trey, and you would
Seth
love
Rogen.
it if they got him. I think if Seth Rogen played him, you would be ecstatic, Trey. Seth Rogen is Trey's favorite voice actor, Tatiana. It's a little inside joke we have.
No, they're gonna get Danny DeVito. Literally, Phil looks like Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
Like,
all the buzz about the live action movie is
Give me some
surrounding
James
Danny DeVito.
Woods. I want James Woods as Hades too.
I don't know. Benedict Cumberbatch as Hades is a pretty badass.
This is my vote for Hercules.
Oh, I don't think he's big
Oh,
enough. I don't think he's big enough. He's not
he's
buff.
pretty
vote-
big.
He's ripped, but he's not big. I love him though. The Last Kingdom, season 4. if you haven't
Maybe
seen
young Hercules.
Yeah, maybe he's young Herc.
it.
I want Chris Pratt.
I like Chris Pratt as Hercules. I love Chris Pratt as Hercules. I think he has the comedic chops to pull it off and the muscle. We saw it on
Pratt.
Guardians.
I love
Like him
I
and
love
Danny
Chris
would be
Pratt,
hilarious.
but he's also super chubby right now. Like, come on, we can't have a chubby
No,
Hercules.
actually, he's slimming down. For
Zero
the
to
role.
hero.
He's slimming down for a role right now. He's always posting his fitness stuff, and we've seen he's more than capable of transforming his body. So he'll get his
Is
six
it
pack.
is it because he just got married? The happy pounds gained?
I think the honeymoon phase set in.
That happens.
Yes. He is every person ever trying to get fit. If you haven't seen his What's My Snack series on Instagram stories, he is literally every person who's ever tried to get healthy, who doesn't, have the willpower to do it all the time. He's like such a fat kid in all of his videos where he's like, "Oh, this is my snack for today." Then he eats it all and he's like, "Oh, this is tomorrow's snack. Maybe I'll just get a little bit of that."
I remember
He's like
that.
eating his week's worth of food in a day, and he's like, he puts a little crumb back. He's like, "I'll save that for tomorrow." But yeah, he hates every minute of exercise. He's complaining when he's on the treadmill, but he's so motivating to watch in that he is so human. He's like, "I need to do this for a role. It requires commitment. It sucks. I don't have the willpower, but let's do it together, guys." So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you watch Chris Pratt trying to get fit. But yeah, I still think he'd be an awesome pick for Hercules. But I think we're all excited for the prospect of the film.
I saw someone say they want Meg to be played by Ariana Grande.
No.
Mhm.
And
That's because that's her
she always
favorite.
Get Aubrey Plaza.
That's her
Let's
favorite
get April.
character, that's why.
Is it her favorite character?
Yeah, did you guys watch the sing along on
Yes.
ABC?
Yes.
She sang.
Oh,
want-
I love that.
Is that
I
the
didn't.
No chance, no way? That one. I want to say.
Yeah.
Yes, it's her
Yes.
favorite.
She's really good
Disney
at
song.
mimicking.
I
So
think that
that's
was
why
Disney
people
for.
are
I think
probably saying
Tatiana just released something. I think that's Disney foreshadowing something.
What?
Because in the Beauty and the Beast part of the sing along, they had the cast members singing it. Gaston and LeFou were
right.
actually sung by the cast members, and a lot of the songs were actually sung by cast members from the films. So Ariana Grande singing that may have been a little bit of Disney foreshadowing. They do that all the time. So
I just can't picture her though with
I know.
with her attitude. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she has like a sassy.
If you look
Aubrey
it up though, there are
Plaza.
tons and tons and tons of articles that have been posted that's who people are talking about that it's going to be.
yeah.
Like I just pulled it up.
Well,
Ariana
If,
Grande.
if Disney wants to sell some music, they'll get Ariana Grande because she's gonna make that soundtrack top the charts.
Yeah.
Let's be
Well,
honest.
and the thing- I
April
like
and
her.
Andy again.
I like Ariana Grande's like music, and I like her voice. Like I think she would vocally would kill it, but I don't like her acting style.
Don't you
I
sleep
think...
on her Disney acting. Don't you
I
sleep
want-
on
I
her?
mean,
Has
she-
she acted in anything
in
else other
Hairspray.
than?
She was Penny in Hairspray, and I hated her as Penny in Hairspray.
Didn't she come from Disney,
I
like
hated
Disney
her.
television? Wasn't she a Disney star
That's right. That was
before
the
she
live
was a singer?
action Hairspray, right?
She wasn't she a Notorious? That was Disney or Nickelodeon? I don't know. It's
Victorious. Yeah, that's what she.
yeah.
I
oh,
could see it,
Victoria. Yeah.
Brittany. I could see it. I'm just an Ariana Grande fan. I'm not gonna lie.
I like her, but I don't think she would be a good. I don't think she has the acting style. She's too like.
I don't think she has the sass for it.
Mhm.
Like she's like sassy, but like in a chill way. Like
Yeah.
Meg needs to be sassy in an in-your-face way.
Yeah.
Like
I
Aubrey
agree
Plaza.
with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Aubrey Plaza.
You meet Andy and April again.
Andy and April, that dynamic and chemistry would be great for Hercules and Meg. Damn it, Trey. That is spot on. I'm sold. Yeah. And like Brandon said, as long as Danny DeVito's in there, he doesn't care. He's down. He's all in.
And the muses. We gotta have the muses.
Lizzo. Give me Lizzo, Janelle Monáe,
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
Beyonce.
Just
Oh,
Michelle.
wait,
No.
They've had like 10 members. Like who? Which one?
Yeah,
All
no,
of
we
them.
already had
Need a
enough
lot of
Beyonce in The Lion King. I don't want Beyonce in my Hercules. I'm
That's
sorry.
true. She was in the line.
I had her as Nala already, and I was okay with that. I don't need any more Beyonce. I'm good on Beyonce
She
for
would-
now in my Disney films.
She would be good in one of those roles though.
Yeah, no, I think they oh my god, I can see it.
Nickelodeon? I'm sorry, Brandon said she was an actress on Nickelodeon, Ariana Grande. I think.
Yeah.
She was a kid's actress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
so
played
she's-
like the airhead
Yeah.
character
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, it was Sweet
with
Life.
the red hair.
Was it the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Was it Victorious?
So this is what I keep seeing for everybody's like prediction.
Hemsworth.
He's already got.
Yeah,
Can't be
and
too
the
got.
accent. I'm sorry, but the accent will undo it for me. Hemsworth cannot do anything but an Australian accent. Like his accent is so thick, he's almost incapable of doing any other region of the world. Really, he's like, even in Extraction, he's like a special ops, but he's originally from Australia.
I would like to see
So
them
much
cast,
violence.
Greek
Right.
actors and actresses other
Yes.
than Phil.
Yeah, I really want some Aladdin type representation in this film.
Yeah.
And I think Meg is from the Bronx.
Get some
said
UK
Wonder Woman.
actors. They're so good.
Yeah. Meg needs to be ScarJo. My brother wants ScarJo in everything, and I agree. I'm good
Me
with
too.
her in
He's
every
so
film.
good.
Scarlett
I feel like they're gonna
Johansson
go
in everything.
super young with the cast, though. I feel like
Ooh,
really,
someone
really young.
said the girl who played Rey in Star Wars would be a good Meg.
Daisy- not
Daisy
Daisy.
Ridley.
Daisy, is that?
Yeah, Daisy
Yeah.
Ridley's her name, but I don't know about that one.
She can be really sassy if you've seen some of her other work other than Rey, like some of the other acting she's done, and she's
Yeah.
kind of got a potty mouth, so I can see that spunky sass out of her. But the look and the singing is where it would kill it for me.
Yeah. I think
That's
we
another.
need to
Are
get
they
somebody
gonna
that's
go
be a whole
musical with
package.
it?
Oh yeah,
They have to.
It's a Disney
Yeah,
live
they-
action.
They would.
Mulan doesn't look like a musical.
Yeah, but because Mulan wasn't, there was a lot of backlash with Mulan because culturally it wasn't
Yeah.
accurate.
And it's a film for an Asian audience. America's gonna get it, but it's a film made for an Asian audience. It's an homage.
There's flying witches
the
in it,
operatic
and they
style.
say it's accurate, but there's no fucking Mushu, and that still pisses me off. Like you
God.
just couldn't
Leave-
cast Eddie Murphy, and that was the problem.
They said there was
I'm
gonna.
gonna miss Let's
It's on
Get
our
Down to
account.
Business. That was the best song in that movie.
Let's get down to business.
That's my favorite song. That's my all-time
Reflection. What
favorite.
girl doesn't like the song Reflection?
Oh, I
True.
don't like
my,
it.
my son played that role in his high school production.
Nice.
He had to sing that song.
Wow.
See, there's so many songs that were cut from that, but I think they are going with a more serious tone, a more homage to the Chinese operatic style of filmmaking. So that's why you're not getting the musical. That is for a different audience, and we just happen to get it. Disney has to think about 2 markets now. It's not just solely making films for one market, which is why there's an Asian or an Asian scene in every movie or something. They need to go to Asia for something. Like even in the Avengers, they had to go to the lab in China to get the scientists that they needed to defeat Ultron. And so there always has to be a little something in that region because there's such a huge audience now. So studios are kind of veering that way.
Firefly
I
was
like-
telling us the future. Firefly.
I like this. So this person's fan cast very was really good. Travis Fleming as Zazie Beetz as Megara, but Peter Dinklage to do Philatites, which could work, even though it wasn't Danny DeVito, but Peter Dinklage could probably do a good job.
That's the only guy that
Peter
I would,
Dinklage
I
can
would
do
take
anything.
besides Dan.
Yeah. I never Peter dishonor on your cow, dishonor on you. Wonder Woman on YouTube is saying she's upset. They're upset that Mushu is not in the live action.
At least
I think-
the
I
great
think
Stone
we're all
Greg.
upset about that.
I think they're gonna make a reference to Mushu. They said that something about she's gonna have visions of an ancestral dragon more so than.
What if they're just
But
pulling our legs and Mushu's really
it could
in
be
it?
that? It
And
could
it's
be
like
that
a
as well.
music-
Lose it.
I think that's the only thing that's gonna make
He
people happy.
lives!
Well, because
Well,
remember,
it just irks my nerve because they keep saying it's like traditional to their culture, but I'm like, you can't tell me flying witches and flying ninjas, like magically flying, not
Yes.
just like flying through the air, like magically flying.
Yes.
That's cultural appropriate, but a talking dragon is not.
it is cultural
People
appropriate
can't
because
fly
that.
through the air.
Yes.
dragons can't
no,
talk.
it's cultural appropriate because that's their filmmaking style. It's that flying martial arts, operatic, very dancing, choreographed type.
You could
Martial
have made
arts.
it look very like dragon, like the
I
real
think-
like.
I think
you
we're
know
gonna
what
get a
I'm talking about, like,
dragon.
the little-
Jackie Chan is cast as Mushu. That news leaked early
He's
on.
Casted, well, he's
So-
casted, but his character name is unknown on IMDb. He's
Yeah.
on the cast list, but he
We all know he's
doesn't
It was
say what he
Mushu
is.
first, but now it's unknown.
Jackie Chan's playing the cricket.
Jackie Chan's playing the cricket. I don't know, but I think he'll be funny. He's more of a comedic. He's very good with comedic acting, so I think they'll save it. I think we're all upset before we even know what we get. And Disney hasn't let us down yet, have they? Have they, guys?
Really, yeah, a few times.
Well, with some of the live actions,
I wasn't
Which
like good
one?
as Aladdin.
Which one did you not like,
I told you
Tatiana?
the only
Go
good
on the
live
record.
action
The pressure's
is
on.
101 Dalmatians.
Sorry.
Well, there hasn't been one that I've been like, oh my god, this is absolutely fantastic. They've all been okay, but The Lion King was like almost word for word to the cartoon.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, well, we're here to see the live action version, not the cartoon.
Yeah, the
Like you want
reenactment
similar
of the
things
animated
in the
version.
film, but not like word for word. It was almost like that. I think they
It's a
added like one
remaster.
extra song and that's it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
it's
was
not
kinda
like
like, oh, I'm
Aladdin.
just
I
watching
loved
the
Aladdin. I love the
cartoon.
updated Aladdin. I think they did a really good job with that one. But Beauty
I
and
like
the
the
Beast was my
aesthetics
favorite.
of the Aladdin
yeah,
movie.
I think that one is the best one. The only thing I didn't like, I think Aladdin needed a little bit more personality. But
Yes!
other than that,
Yes, that's exactly what I said. I was like, they took all of the personality out of the songs. Like they auto-tuned it so much and perfected it so much. Like,
Yeah.
give me the like raw vocal sounds. Like that's what
Yeah.
I like. Like I love to hear rasp in somebody's voice.
That's
I don't
not-
want to hear this like clean.
No. That's not what
Like,
the kids are listening to, Gigi. That's not what the kids want. They want the auto-tune. They want the
They want
lo-fi.
T-Pain.
They want the T-Pain.
They want the boring sound.
Yes.
I said it.
Yes.
Will
I
Smith
said
is
it.
the favorite part of
101
that movie.
Dalmatians was the best live action Disney ever did. 101 Dalmatians,
Oh,
and they did it years ago. I
Oh,
haven't
that
seen
was
any
a
of
good
them
one.
really done well
Yeah.
since.
That was a fun one. I like that 101
Jungle Book was
Dalmatians
good.
remake. Yeah.
Jungle Book was okay, but I think what the problem is some of the casting kills me. Like Lion King, I didn't like it, and it was simply because all I could hear was Beyonce. I didn't hear
Yes.
Nala.
I
heard
didn't hear
Beyonce.
Nala. I agree.
I heard Seth Rogen. Like it was
Yeah.
just too much of a distinguished voice that I
Took me out of it
couldn't
immediately.
appreciate what I'm watching. 'Cause I'm like, all I hear is this. Like
Yeah.
I can hear that person, and it takes it away for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but Tatiana is the only Jafar for me. Wonder Woman on YouTube says. I agree. I 100%
Oh my
agree. And
God.
Arlene on Facebook said Timon's dance was ruined. We wanted to see a hula. So, but we didn't get to.
That's another thing that
yeah.
ruined Aladdin for me. Jafar was not scary enough.
No, and he
Well,
was
no.
short and his voice was high. He
Yeah.
needed like a deep, and he needed to be ugly.
Yeah.
Iago. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why
Brandon
I
says
made-
that it looked like a made for TV movie. And that's what
Yeah.
it. My,
The
my,
Aladdin. Yeah,
Let me see
I
it.
stopped watching the Aladdin.
my wife
like-
stops. Guys, look at this. My wife stops the podcast. Oh man, I hate this.
You gotta turn the
No, she
the
stopped.
background off.
I gotta turn the background off. Oh, well, it's
Yeah.
her Chick-fil-A order, is what she's
Can wait.
She's telling me she's
Can
hungry.
wait.
It's literally in the cart already, and yeah,
It's like,
that's
can you wrap it up?
hilarious. Yeah, I think
Wrap it
that's
up. They're gonna
literally what she
close
was
the-
telling me. Not right now, obviously, but she's like giving me the heads up that she's hungry and I need to get her food soon. That's how my wife
feed it.
communicates with me.
And
But
I
don't
need to
worry.
drink more beer.
Yes, we only have one topic left anyway, and that is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We got a trailer for that game, and
I don't know
it
about that.
looks so fun. We've been
That trailer was insane.
yeah,
Looks
it was really
very-
cool. Brittany and Trey and myself have been like all up on Vikings for a while now. We've been obsessed with it.
It looks way
We're
too
trying to bring
violent.
Gigi a little farther in. She's at the edge of the water, but we want to suck her into Viking
No,
culture.
it's not that. I don't have a lot of time to play story
No.
mode games right now.
No. We're talking about Vikings, like Vinland Saga that you're
Like
still
TV
kind of
shows.
sleeping on. The
Wait,
Last
no, I
Kingdom,
like Vikings.
Vikings,
I watched Last Kingdom.
all of it.
I watched not all of it,
yeah,
but I don't even
no.
have time to play Animal Crossing right now. I love
yeah.
Vikings.
Animal Crossing is life. So yeah,
Yeah,
we're all
I-
obsessed with the Viking theme that everybody's using right now. I love it a lot.
I'm sorry, that game just looks really violent, Juan. Like,
I agree, Trey.
I love
But that was
I
the best
agree.
part of the trailer.
Yes, I want to lop
The
some dude's
violence.
head off with an axe. Clean.
violent, Juan.
I wanna
Like,
cut-
I don't see how you're gonna play it with your eyes open.
I can
Well,
do it.
It reminded me of some of the first few episodes of The Witcher.
Yes.
Like really, really violent like that.
Yes, I love the
Juan's
Witcher
never seen
sword
that show.
fighting
It's
scenes.
it's too
What?
violent for
Get
him.
out of here. I love that series.
That
He's
show,
upset
The
because
Boys,
they try to get me to watch The
Watchmen.
Watchmen, and I said it was a little violent. It was a little aggressive, and I didn't like it. And
He Who Loves Game of Thrones,
Oh,
The
yeah.
Boys,
The Boys was really good.
Vikings.
Punisher. That's so good.
Yeah.
I love me all those. But
Too
no,
violent.
I think
Too
Assassin's Creed Valhalla is going to be one of the first games I fully play through and do everything in a while. It's going to be refreshing. We'll talk about that a lot more in detail because we should be getting gameplay footage. We didn't get any gameplay footage, so we don't know what it's going to look like gameplay.
Got a November release date.
Tomorrow. Yeah, it's got a holiday season release date. It is going to be on the Xbox Series X. That's pretty much the only details we have. Tomorrow, Xbox is holding an event. So Brandon and I will be doing the gaming podcast, talking about that in detail to review that. And we'll be talking about it more than likely on this podcast next week once we all get to see what they show us. But Xbox is showing their Xbox Series X games. Some of the games you'll be able to get this holiday season. Some you won't be able to get till next year. But we'll finally get to see some gameplay for Assassin's Creed. I just want to be
It's
a
actually
Viking.
the first Assassin's Creed I've ever wanted to play.
Is it?
I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan, no, but
I like
it
Assassin's.
I
looks
love it.
outstanding. And then I heard that they were talking about the next Assassin's Creed series they're gonna do is like samurais, and I was like,
Yes.
that would be so cool.
Well, you don't have to wait for that. The Ghost of Tsushima, which we'll be talking about on the other one, is this July. It's a samurai open world, in-depth, amazing, beautiful game. Brandon's saying he's not sure about it. I'm sold because it's open world, samurai. Like, what else do you want? You're a lone samurai and you're trying to defeat, I think it's a Mongol invading army. So if you want to be Mulan, you can. You can. So
That's what
that-
it sounds like.
yeah, if you, I'm gonna be singing "Let's Get Down to Business" the entire time I'm playing that video game to defeat the Huns. But no, yeah, if you want a samurai game, that's gonna the Ghost of Tsushima is gonna be your itch to scratch there. They don't deliver. Oh my God, she's in the comment section talking about her food. My wife and my
I
brother.
love
are
her.
It's like, just have it delivered. And she's like, they don't deliver
what
unless
she
you
wants.
use the app that added cost. And I don't know. I'm getting sent on an errand. But
Oh, boy.
I want to thank Tatiana for joining us on the podcast. We don't want to keep her all night. And I want to thank everybody who tuned in. Restream.io actually sent me a notification that we got 100 comments on this episode via YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So that was pretty cool to see. 100 comments. You definitely were a popular guest, madam. So
thank you. I don't think it was me though. I think it's
totally
the costumes.
you.
You guys look amazing.
Get out of here.
No, we have like actual Scarlett Johansson on our show.
Yeah, we have ScarJo on the show. That's what it is. But
God, I
this
wish.
is.
My God, I'm so in love with that girl.
Same.
Don't tell my husband.
Same.
What is she in? He's just not that into you. Is that the film she's in?
She's
From
like a blonde bombshell.
Yes.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. When I saw that movie, I was
Drool.
I was either in late high school or early college. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I saw her and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm straight.
That's our
like,
number. My brother and myself. I
I'm
think that's our
having
number
feelings.
one. Yeah, that's our number one, like, famous actress, number one, most beautiful woman in the world. My brother and I always say the same answer. ScarJo.
What's funny is that I that new app, the Impressions app. I've been using it a lot to compare my makeups to like the actual faces of actors, and she was one of the most accurate ones that I've done, and it like I was screaming when I saw the side by side. I'm like, oh my God, I look so close to her.
You posted a side by side, NY Tony and I think Jordan, the Spider-Man, like the three of y'all's side by side. I was
gonna ask them if we could put them together in like a TikTok, and because I think that would go viral. I think to get people who look like the characters to put their Impressions apps together like that.
Yeah, I think that would be
I think cool. Jared would totally be down. He's such a cool collaborative guy. He loves collaborating with people, and anybody who's positive, he really seems like that type of guy who loves to collaborate. And I think you'd get a lot of luck with that. And Gigi knows them, so now that you know Gigi, you're in. They're all friends.
Oh, Gigi, I wanted to tell you, I felt so bad when I did Aunt May because I didn't know like you were like the Aunt May of TikTok. And I saw you, and I was like, and then I contacted Trey, and I was like, "Will you duet it?" And he duetted
Tatiana,
it.
you gotta.
We're like, "Where's the other Aunt May?"
When we did that duet, she immediately messaged me. She's like, "You're doing duets with another May now."
She probably felt like you were cheating on her.
Yes, because they're TikTok husband and wife. All in the comments, they think TikTok thinks they're married. And it's
so
hilarious.
When I saw the comments, we were like, "Where's the other Aunt May?" I'm like,
See, I love that. I love that you can do that though. And if you're gonna run across people that are like, "I'm the so and so of TikTok." It's like, calm your marbles, dude. Calm your marbles. Luckily,
I just remember being at Victoria with Brittany and Juan. And I remember looking at Juan going, "Gigi's gonna get mad."
I was not mad. It was a joke. I was like, oh, really? Really?
Yes. Yeah, that is totally not Gigi's personality, but it was so fun when she messaged. It was like, Trey called it.
I lost it.
Oh, we were laughing about that all weekend long. But that is
when I finally talked to Gigi, I was like, you are the TikTok. I'm not even going there.
And she's out of here.
She's into the fire.
Yes, she's into the fire. She goes. I love her Scarlet, but she knows I love her Poppy series, and she knows what I'm talking about.
When I turn myself into men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My cross plays. She loves my cross plays.
Your cross plays.
They're her favorite.
They're amazing.
I put like hair on my face, like glue hair on my face.
Your Witcher is so good.
Yes.
You like my Witcher?
I love
badass.
I mean, like literally every makeup look you do, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love playing men. I think I cosplay men better than women sometimes. Like seriously,
I think it's a level of detail that you put into it. I think it's a level of work that you put in that makes it come off like.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I really think some of the men that I do just I don't know how